Ranking Member Larsen for up to 5 minutes.
Thank you, Mr. Chair and Ranking Member Napolitano for this hearing and update on the waters of the U.S. and the Clean Water Act. My home state of Washington is defined by its clean water. From Puget Sound to the hundreds of lakes and thousands of miles of rivers and streams, Washingtonians know that protecting these rivers, streams, and wetlands take work, and that the health of our water bodies are intertwined. Our waters and water-related economy depend on the historic protections of the Clean Water Act and its pollution prevention programs. It is more effective and less costly to prevent pollution than to clean up pollution. This is true in Washington State. It's true across the country. When Congress passed the Clean Water Act over 50 years ago, members recognized the effectiveness and importance of comprehensive pollution prevention measures, stopping pollution before it happens rather than simply cleaning it up. The Clean Water Act was enacted on an overwhelming and bipartisan basis. Before this law, rivers and lakes served as little more than open sewers. Lake Erie was pronounced dead, and Ohio's Cuyahoga River literally caught on fire. Thanks to the Clean Water Act, the Cascade River in my district was recently designated as an outstanding resource water by the state of Washington, which now protects the river from any future activities or development that would degrade its water quality. In passing the Clean Water Act, the Congress specifically noted that state-by-state do-it-alone approach was, quote, inadequate in every vital aspect, unquote, and left waters severely polluted and expensive to restore. For decades then, Republicans and Democrats shared these bipartisan principles to defend clean water, maintain a strong federal-state partnership to protect waters, stop pollution from entering the system in the first place, and support a robust federal floor of protections while allowing states to do more but not less. After the Sackett decision, the robust federal protections for our nation's waters have been eliminated for more than 50% of wetlands and up to 70% of streams. History has shown that a lack of strong federal water quality protections makes it difficult and expensive for states to protect their waters if neighboring states adopt a lesser standard. States are now faced with a decision on how to handle pollution of the countless non-navigable streams, lakes, and wetlands once protected by the Clean Water Act. Some states will meet this challenge by establishing new state-level water quality standards for unprotected wetlands and streams, as the state of Colorado has done. Other states will choose to do nothing, or worse, pull back on state-level protections, like the state of North Carolina, leaving critical waters completely unprotected. Without uniform national protections, downstream states will be negatively impacted by pollution from upstream sources if neighboring states choose not to pass new protections. Last Congress, though, we did pass the bipartisan infrastructure law affirming our commitment to improving water quality infrastructure. The BIL included significant investments in water infrastructure, providing $13.8 billion in federal dollars for upgrading wastewater systems, preventing pollution discharges, and supporting restoration programs in places like the Puget Sound. These investments are critical, providing a lifeline to communities across the country struggling to maintain water quality. And such a large federal investment was a down payment to address the backlog of water infrastructure needs across the country. The Sackett decision reduces the federal role and the effectiveness of these investments. And the federal role reduces the federal role in the successful partnership that has been the Clean Water Act. If we're to maintain the same historic protections, states will have to step up and spend more resources on protecting water quality. Unfortunately, states will be doing so from scratch without decades of experience from the EPA and the Army Corps of Engineers. In this post-Sackett world, we must find ways to leverage federal experience in assisting states that are stepping up to maintain water quality protections. But Congress can do its job as well and legislate a solution. Passing the Clean Water Act of 2023, a bill I introduced in partnership with Ranking Member Napolitano, would restore the historic bipartisan protections that the Sackett decision removed. So I want to thank the witnesses for joining us today, and I look forward to your testimony. That'll yield back.
Gentleman yields back. I ask unanimous consent to